With infinite vibrancy in my heart, I say greetings to you, and now I would love to share a message about enlightenment in essence, in its simplicity, that you can start to realize whenever, wherever you are. And it starts with the most simple awareness that you are. So this is the seed of awakening. This is the seed of enlightenment. Like Yeshua said, that the kingdom of heaven is like a tiniest poppy seed, but when it falls into good soil, it produces a giant tree, and birds from the heaven starts to create nests on it. So that's how it works. And yes, you can practice this awareness anywhere, in any action, in any situation. It is that purity of knowledge that you are, not what you are, how you are, where you are, with whom you are, why you are, but that you are, that you are. And of course, it is good to meditate on this simple awareness, separating it from all other associations, just tuning into that purity, which is free from anything. And that purity also goes in harmony with everything. It is like a formless form which can adapt to any situation in perfect harmony. So you can see that enlightenment is not something, some kind of achievement in the future after doing various practices. It can start in this very moment to brighten your light, which is that innate knowingness that you are. So also, like Yeshua said, where is beginning, there is the end. Find the beginning and you will know the end. So everything starts and ends in that you are. It is your ultimate destiny. You cannot change it, but you can become more and more conscious about it. And that's enlightenment. Light of your consciousness that enlightens itself, existence of itself. And also that light is infinite and it can get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter when you contemplate this simple fact that you are. It will start to make more and more sense of freedom and bliss. All goodness comes from it. It is unconditional love that allows everything. You as that isness. Don't need anything. Everything needs you. Everything needs isness. But isness itself is sufficient by its own isness. So that is your original state, where you can feel completely comfortable. And from that state, you can enjoy all this play of life, which happens naturally and harmoniously, because you experience everything from your state of being. So if you are too much identify with what you are, how you are, why you are, with various created conditions on your essential limitless self, then you will experience maybe some contradictions, some conflicts based on your conditions that you are identifying with. But when you are in this pure state of being itself, you experience everything from unconditional love, clarity, joy, playfulness, service, and so on. Because you are not troubled by anything. And you only want to love, you only want to enjoy. Life is celebration of this truth. So, enlightened life is life in that awareness that you are. It is very subtle, very, very simple, even beyond simplicity, because it is so obvious, so natural, you cannot escape it. So that's why we usually miss it in our daily life. And when we identify with various limitations. So it still requires conscious efforts, conscious practice to return to that innate simplicity and experience yourself as that, not as this limited person, but as that pure, formless, infinite being. And then you can allow that being to live through your personality, through everything, effortlessly. Because yes, when you are going to life from identifying with this conditioned, limited personality, it is always struggle. It is always big efforts, always worrying how everything will happen and what happened and so on. It is out of synchronicity. No matter how much you try to fix it, from that state you will always fail. So it is only a matter of shifting your focus to your original state of being, of awareness of who you really are. And who you really are is not a thing. You are that you are. It is not a thing. It is not a concept. It is this subtle, subtle fact that you are. Allow yourself to feel it for a moment. By being it, directly, directly, directly. You cannot be outside of yourself. No one can define you. But you can freely define yourself however you want. You can use all the masks, all the tools, but you are not fooled by those masks. So that's the freedom. And yes, use it as the constant meditation of life. See your life as constant contemplation of the self that you are. Use all the situations, all the relationships, all the pains, all the confusions to always check. To whom this happens. So you can see, yeah, I feel my body feels pain, but my true self is free from that pain. Nothing ever touched that purity of your being because it doesn't have any form to be touched, and it lives eternally throughout all changing forms of experience that arise from it and again subsides in it. So that's your freedom, your true freedom, your true bliss. And yes, practice it, practice it, practice it. Always confirming yourself that you are, that you are, that you are, and you still are, and you still are, and you still are. Everything changes, but you are through all those changes. Your beingness is that change itself that changes everything. You are not that which are being changed. You are that change itself. You are the essence of this universal principle of change. And it is stable, totally stable. So yeah, feel comfortable in your own being. Always confirm to yourself that nothing stops that. Nothing interferes with that. It is impossible because there is only beingness. And its own changing appearances in the never-ending flow of life. And yes, you are that life itself. You are that experience experiencing itself. Without beginning or end, including all the relative ends and beginnings. So that's the most natural meditation that includes everything. And once you practice it enough sincerely also, yeah, it will become your natural state. So we just need to get used again to our natural state because we have been used to that, to identify ourselves with those limiting beliefs about ourselves. So this practice, this meditation is like an antidote which drives our attention back and stabilizes it again into our natural state. And yes, it is natural. Once it sucks your attention in, it gets very hard to escape it. So it is the mystery how in the first place we we created that forgetfulness, that deep, deep forgetfulness. And of course it is because we are infinite and everything is possible except of stopping existing. So that is fundamental before anything, before any form of experience, that ground of being. And of course it is groundless ground. It is so infinitely perfect that you cannot grasp it. You can only be it. And experience it throughout infinity of possibilities and so on. So yeah, everything starts with this fact that you are and ends with this same fact that you are. It is like never-ending spiral into yourself. With each circle, with each cycle, it refreshes that awareness. And of course, at the core of it, it is always fresh, without interruption. Your pure beingness, your pure consciousness never gets old, even for a second. It is density of infinity. And yet it also feels like stillness, but that stillness is alive, awake, blissful. So yes, when you shift your relative focus to that, you can experience your relative life also from that constant freshness of the moment, in perfect synchronicity with all forms of life, all aspects of life. Because now, since you are experiencing yourself through this body, through this construct, it is like there is two of you. One is that original you, which is always fresh, always radiant, and other half is that more conditioned, more focused. But what you can do, you can create closer and closer relationship between that you and this you. And so you will experience that transparency. You can experience your body as a channel for that light, that infinite light of your original being. And through this gift of this body, through the uniqueness of this body, that light can express itself through various wonderful and magical ways. So just allow it, just allow it, just allow it. Just know who you are, and who you are is that you are, and from that state just be opened in your body for that state to live through your body, through every other body, every situation, in perfect harmony. With no contradictions, no fears, no doubts, no suffering, effortlessly. Yes, it is your natural state, it is your birthright to live most wonderful and best experience of this life through effortlessness and joy. So enjoy, and see you in the moment.